In 2019, Storm Area 51 aimed to raid the site of Area 51 in search for evidences of extraterrestrial life alleged to be concealed inside. Indeed, Area 51's intense secrecy has caused it to become the subject of many theories regarding the presence of aliens on the site. On the basis of all these beliefs, could it be possible that some aliens are being held prisoner in Area 51? A mysterious and controversial document, the Creel Report, was presented to the UFO community in 1988 as a part of a disclosure project with amazing claims. Rejected by some and seen as a reference by others, the Creel Report seems, however, to have seriously influenced and shaped many sides of the UFO community and may well be still relevant today.
Section 51.
Hi everyone, what's up guys? DozGeek here with Section 51. Big thanks to the viewers who were here with me during the last live stream. It was a great UFO footage review and we spent nearly 3 hours of good times. I will be very happy to renew the experience with you in the future. But first, please hit that like button and share this new video right now to keep supporting Section 51. And don't forget, of course, that it is very important to watch this video until the end in order to outfox YouTube's algorithm. If you are ready, let's start right now. In the 1960s, the military has sanctioned Area 51 base for Special Air Force operations to create the secret weaponry that would be used to threaten the Soviet Union at the start of the Cold War. And around the 1980s, when the UFO crashes became more frequent, the base itself started to gain even more security. And something that is worth mentioning is the revolutionary technology that has come out of Area 51 over the years. Many think that such technology may have been influenced by the knowledge of extraterrestrial entities. On June the 27th, 2019, a young student named Matty Roberts asked Facebook users to band together and raid the site of Area 51 in a search for extraterrestrial life that conspiracy lore or ufology lore claims. Call it as you want, it depends on the degree of openness of your mind. So, in a search for these evidences that may be concealed inside. More than 2 million people responded going, and 1.5 million interested on the events page, Storm Area 51, which subsequently attracted widespread media attention and caused the event to become an internet meme. On the day of the event, only about 150 people were reported to have shown up at the 2 entrances to Area 51, with none succeeding in entering the site. Indeed, Area 51's intense secrecy has caused it to become the subject of many theories regarding the presence of aliens on the site. This began in the 1950s, when some individuals reported seeing UFOs at the location of the base. Conspiracy theorists and UFO enthusiasts believe aliens, UFOs, or information related to them are stored at Area 51. So, on the basis of all these beliefs, could it be possible that some aliens are being held prisoner in Area 51? There is a mysterious and controversial document that could maybe help us dig a little deeper. The Creel Papers, also called the Creel Report. The report was presented as a part of a disclosure project along with the Matrix, understanding aspects of covert interaction with alien culture, technology and planetary power structures, a series of books written by Val Valerian. But the Creel Report might just be a simple science fiction essay. It was uploaded to a Paranet board in the late 1980s. Paranet for Paranormal Network, probably to see how the UFO community would react, before publishing and making available the Matrix series. Valdemar Valerian is a pseudonym used by John Grace, who is believed to be part of the Leading Edge International Research Group. The report was quickly rejected by the majority, but almost 10 years later, the report was still circulated on a UFO mailing list as early as January 1996. For many people, the Creel papers seemingly came out of nowhere and have stirred up a small hornet's nest of speculation. They are claimed to have been written by O.H. Creel. But who is O.H. Creel? Is the information correct? Are parts of the text correct and some other parts incorrect? Let's try to discover the incredible story that is proposed to us. According to UFO enthusiasts, President Dwight D. Eisenhower may have either volunteered or asked to meet with aliens at least once and possibly 3 times beginning in 1954. These meetings allegedly took place at Edwards AFB in California and Holloman AFB in New Mexico. When the aliens landed at Holloman AFB in 1955, a basic communication was established between the United States government and the aliens. During this communication, a basic agreement was reached which was the precursor for the formal treaty and the diplomatic relations which followed. The aliens left a hostage with the United States as a pledge of fulfillment of their part of the agreement. The name of that hostage was KRLL and was sometimes spelled Creel. This hostage furnished much information about the aliens which became the foundation of the Yellow Book that was completed from information obtained from the guests at a later date. In order that this information could be circulated and discussed among the military and the scientific community, a pseudonym was coined as a code for information which had originated from KRLL. The code name for KRLL was Creel with a C. The initials OH stand for Original Hostage. All information thus circulated from the source KRLL was said to be authored by O.H. Creel with a C. The information was usually of scientific or seemingly occult nature and was sanitized so that no inference to an alien race or culture occurred. This was done so that feedback and recommendations could be gleaned from those experts who were not privy to the secret. It was also used to pass technology from the aliens into the defense contracting community and the US space program. Creel became ill after a few years and almost died, but was nursed by a physician who eventually became the government expert on alien medicine and pathology. It is believed that Creel finally died at some later date, but this date was never mentioned. The Creel papers must have been authored by someone in the government or military who knew this information, because the author O.H. Creel with a K is an obvious takeoff on O.H. Creel with a C, and thus on KRLL. We don't know who the author is, and we don't know if the material is directly from KRLL or not. But it is apparent that whoever O.H. Creel with a K may be, he didn't know the story of KRLL. You will find a link to download the complete Creel papers file in the description below. In this document, we can read several details that have somehow directly or indirectly laid the foundations of modern ufology. Among all these details, we can read this, for example.
It is quite evident, or it should be, that the UFO situation is both complex and dangerous. The UFO problem is a multi-situational and multi-dimensional phenomena. We have established the following as having a basis in fact. Craft from other worlds have crashed on Earth. Alien craft are from both ultra-dimensional sources and sources within this dimension. Early US government efforts at acquiring alien technology were successful. The US government has had live alien hostages at some point in time. The government has conducted autopsies on alien cadavers. US intelligence agencies, security agencies, and public agencies are involved in the cover-up of facts pertaining to the situation. People have been and are currently abducted, mutilated, murdered and kidnapped as a result of the UFO situation. There is a current active alien presence on this planet among us that controls different elements of our society. Alien forces maintain bases on Earth and on the Moon. The US government has had a working relationship with alien forces for some time, with the express purpose of gaining technology in gravitational propulsion, beam weaponry and mind control. Millions of cattle have been killed in the process of acquiring biological materials. Both aliens and the US government are responsible for mutilations, but for different reasons. We live in a multi-dimensional world that is overlapped and visited by entities from other dimensions. Many of these entities are hostile. Many are not hostile. The basis of our genetic development and religions lies in intervention by non-terrestrial and terrestrial forces. Actual technology far exceeds that perceived by the public. The United States space program is a cover operation that exists for public relations purposes. People are being actively killed in order to suppress the facts about the situation. The CIA and the NSA are involved so deeply that exposure would cause collapse of their overt structure. Facts indicate alien overt presence within 5 to 10 years. Our civilization is one of many that have existed in the last billion years.
Strangely, this report intersects all the different theories and testimonies that we have studied here on this channel since the beginning. The Creel papers seem to be the common denominator. So, who influenced who? Moreover, according to this incredible document, aliens were indeed held captive at some point in time in US bases, without forgetting that it is also admitted in the report that there are alien bases on Earth and on the Moon. The Creel report and the Matrix series by Val Valerian, and not the Matrix series by the Wachowski brothers, or sisters now, seem to have seriously influenced and shaped many sides of the UFO community. It seems to have become the basis for Bob Lazar's claims in 1989, Bill Cooper's authored works in 1988 to 1991, and Branton's The Dulce Book in 1996. For example, the UFO terms and definitions that are presented in the Creel report are still used and promoted today in UFO circles. So is it pure science fiction, with an incredible imagination? Is it based on real facts? Is this report completely authentic? Imagine the political and democratic earthquake that could happen if this document reveals the truth. Can we believe it? Should we ignore it? What points of this document could be verified by authentic witnesses or by serious UFO researchers? Are we too asleep or too well conditioned by the system to accept not to believe such a document? Or are we conditioned to see strange lights in the sky as a collective hallucination caused by some sort of secret weapon? Could it be that the whole alien story may be just a huge cover-up for something even more threatening? Is this part of a global strategy to control the population through terror? Who can we trust? It is very difficult to see clearly in all this, and I would like to know your opinion on the matter. But what I know is that I strongly believe that we are not alone in the universe. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please allow me to remind you that Section 51 is on social networks, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Don't forget to hit that like button and that bell button too. Don't forget to share the video and to subscribe to Section 51. Thank you. This was DozGeek with Section 51. I'll be back really soon. Open your eyes, watch the sky, live long and prosper.